Hello, Jeremy. Hope you're holding up in all of this. This will be some feedback for you on your milestone 2, which is the animated web banner. And if in the next 2 weeks you need clarification or additional criticism, don't hesitate to reach out. I posted my number in the announcements, and you can always use the SNHU email address. Jeremy, I've been grading this while we've been communicating using text. I want to let you know that I think I just mentioned to you in one of my texts that one of your files is pretty big, 181.8 megabytes, which you can't see. Let me scroll up here. I'm downloading it now. I had started about maybe 10-15 minutes ago. That's pretty big, especially for a web banner file. Anyway, I'm going to open it up. I look forward to seeing what's causing it to be so large. But I think your upload problems are because of the file size. Just so you know, 181 megabytes is a substantial file. So Jeremy, what I think I'm going to do is just open up your GIF in Photoshop. That'll tell me pretty much how you've organized it, whether you've used a timeline, I see you have, and also if you've got things on layers. So good going. And if it downloads in time, I'll go back to the Photoshop file to look at the particulars. All right, so let me back it up and start to loop it. Nice. I like the tweening. And I think other people remarked on the tweening too. They were surprised. I think it was Charlie Lightfoot who was surprised that Photoshop had tweening between keyframes. All right, so what can I say? I think it's very nice, and the script that you have chosen is close enough to the Amethyst Bay script so that they don't fight and they don't look like something that's slightly off. Good choice. Now, I do see some compression of type, though, in this. It's coming up here soon. Let me make sure I stall it. Here we go. This looks a little squashed to me laterally. Is this Arial? Make sure that you don't compress things. To a professional eye, that looks wrong. All right, but having said that, I like the subtle type effects. This looks like a slightly three-dimensional button. I like the semi-transparency, which allows part of the tide to show through. So let me continue on here. Think about ways to align it. So perhaps relax could be aligned with the baseline of the logo. Escape perhaps with the baseline of resort and spa. And try to get the type sizes to not to vary so much. I think you've got that italic towards the end there. The script is fine. I think that looks good. It's just where you've used the Arial. It's really clunky and it's hard to use Arial, not your design. Jeremy, I've waited, it's been about maybe 10 minutes, and I finally downloaded the 181 megabyte file. And I think the thing that's making it so large is that you've embedded correctly some of your high-res resources, well, all of your high-res resources. But that makes a complete file. It's exactly what's necessary to keep it fully editable in a non-destructive way. And here again, I see that you're using the timeline, very detailed timing of it too. I see you've got like 25 keyframes, and you have applied tweening in between them. So good going on that. I'm glad I downloaded it. This looks much crisper. I'm assuming because the image size is great. Let's see, how big is it? See, there you go. Remember that screen resolution is 72 pixels per inch. You have it set at 300. That's good. More resolution, higher resolution is preferable. You can always downsample. It's very difficult to make it increase the resolution. So I'm not going to penalize you for a file that is too large. But if you wanted to make it smaller for purposes of transport, change that to 72 pixels per inch at those previous dimensions. In other words, keep the 1280 by 300 pixels but change the resolution to 72. That'll make for a smaller file.